Welcome back, survivalists. This is day 3 and 4, the highlights of it. We're heading into town now to get some food and to get better equipped. Looking for better tools, a gun, and definitely the leather tanning books so that we can make a crossbow and become a lot more lethal. So those are our goals, and if we can get a beaker to make some antibiotics, that would just be the icing on the cake. So we've got a base now. It's roughly defensible, although it's not going to stand up to any large hordes, not without a little help. So this is our job to get better at that. So we're going to loot this gun shop, see what we can get some supplies, search everything as we go. Unless your inventory's getting full, just grab everything and then sort it out when you can. The Shotgun Messiah provides the opportunity to find a lot of gun parts and the occasional whole gun. It's important to note that when you're smashing open the crates, just be careful not to destroy the crate. Especially when you get a really good axe and it starts smashing the crates in one hit. I myself and a lot of other experienced players have accidentally smashed crates on occasion. Beer, fantastic. Beer is similar to coffee in the fact that it gives 3 minutes buff of advanced stamina so that you can keep running and fighting for 3 minutes. Just to note though, you need to have some thirst available to be able to drink beer, because you can't drink it if you're fully quenched. Let's see what we get. Alright, some sniper parts, some ammo here, so we'll take it if we've got room. Leather tanning, that's what we wanted. One of the key goals for the day. This is going to let us, so we've already got some iron, this is going to let us tan some of the hides that we've found of the various animals and turn it into leather, make some leather armor, but most importantly at the start of the game it's going to let us make just a few strips of leather to be able to put a crossbow together. A crossbow does roughly twice the damage of a bow and arrow, as well as having a great ability to snipe. Okay, we've got a few guys joining us. Still got plenty of arrows, great opportunity now to use them up. Yeah. Not showing you the best technique here. The best technique for the head bobbing guys is to fire when their head is at the top of the arc. And as with the bow and arrow, unless you're really up close, you should always aim up a little bit as well. Which I wasn't showing you the best way there. I can hear some more guys, so I'm just looting these guys as quickly as I can. Getting ready to take on some more. Where are they? Hiding. Here we go. Plenty of fatties. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot the fatties all once in the head. Make them all kind of ready to drop together at the same time. Purely so that when I come to loot them all, some of the bodies won't have been waiting too long and I won't miss out on it. You get a bit more XP for the big guys compared to the normal ones. Roughly 50% more. If you're fighting dogs and cops, then you get a lot more XP for those. Roughly twice what a normal one would give. And if you come across the fabled feral zombie, although I wouldn't recommend it with a bow and arrow, get 2300 XP for a feral zombie, which is roughly 20 times a normal zombie. Alright, so to make the crossbow and get armed and dangerous, we need a bit of forged iron and we need some leather strips. You'll see how the recipe's not showing up yet because I haven't got the leather strips. Now there it is, crossbow. Okay, so a couple of leather strips, a bit of forged iron, some sticks, and we are suddenly a master craftsman and a lot more lethal. Although 7 Days to Die is planning on a skill tree with various advances needed to be able to make a crossbow later in the game, at the moment it is somewhat gated in that you need to have found the forge book and the leather tanning book to be able to craft. So with that respect, it is kind of a little bit harder to get. Make a little bit of leather armor, get some defenses. There we go. That's better. And some crossbow bolts. Oh, the plane. North. Okay. Let's have a rough idea where they dropped, just in case I get turned around a little bit. And we're off and running. We've got some beer to help us keep running. Just quickly throw this coffee bead down. And off we go. Oh, okay. See the smoke? Fantastic. Very lucky to see that. Alright, so the method. How to chase an airdrop. Line up the smoke in your sights, and when running towards it, try not to turn your head left or right. Simply strafe left and right as and when you need to. Oh, time for that beer. Tasty. And then when and if you need to strafe, try and strafe. If you need to strafe left a couple of blocks, then strafe back right again a couple of blocks when you can. And that way you're always running to exactly where you envisage the drop to be. Now we should be getting close. Start trying to lower our head a little, try and check our peripherals. Getting close to the wasteland. Should be around here somewhere. Ah, yeah. There it is. It's sitting on the river. You can see the parachute. Let's take care of these zombies. So there's two ways of using the crossbow. One is shooting from the hip, which is tricky to get the hang of. The crosshairs do not show where the bolt will fly. Ah, yes, that was a whole lot of loot. I like that. Let's get out of the river so we can... We'll just take care of these swords and then we'll have a look at what we got. But I saw some antibiotics in there and some schematics of some sort. So we are going to get a lot more dangerous. Yeah, so shooting from the hip, you need to aim up and left from where the crosshairs actually say. Takes a bit of getting used to, but it is an effective way of combating. Cop, okay. Let's see if we get him one more time. Oh! Does just... Alright, well you can just explode over there. If you can hit the cop, do enough damage to a cop and it will set it on a suicide mode, which will run towards you and explode and try and take you out like that. During that mode, if you hit it again and do enough damage again, it will drop. And cops are great XP and also great opportunity to get some loot. So we have got some iron helmet. Yeah, alright. Just take one of these antibiotics in a bit, I think. Take one now. Prophylactically. As well as a wellness boost. Come here. Give me some leather. Ah. Where's that deer? There it is. Alright, head back to camp and oh, bunny. And you up. There we go. Alright, so there's another town here. On the way back to base, let's just have a quick look around. See what we've got. Also need to try and find a few more feathers for crossbow bolts, although I've got a lot of arrows to use up, so it's not as though we're out of ammunition. Bolts. Not sure if you noticed then, my inventory was full and I had finished crafting something, and so it spattered out onto the ground. Then I was able to pick it up again. So just something to note, especially if you're like repairing a gun and then you pick up a couple of things and your inventory's full and then you open your inventory, the gun will drop on the ground. So just always be careful if you're crafting things, then close your inventory and pick stuff up. It's an unfortunately easy way to lose what you've crafted. Alright, just use up some of these arrows. So that was primarily from the antibiotics. It'll tend to give a wellness boost over time. Wellness, if we can get it up to 200, will be legendary. But normally by the time you've got it to about 150 or so, your health bar actually looks like a health bar, and you're able to take a few hits without going down, and thus making it more and more likely that you'll live through an encounter. Alright, some iron gloves, thank you. Now the leather armor doesn't scrap to anything. You can throw it in forges just for a bit of burn time, but out here in the wild we'll just throw it out. Bit more scrap iron. Alright, let's let you in, seeing you knocking so politely. So if you're needing a lot of cloth, and you will need a reasonable amount at the start, especially just for making some clothes and armor, these towns are fantastic sources of cloth. You can get all the curtains, and just from 2 or 3 houses you should be able to get a couple hundred cloth. No need for great farms of cotton and becoming a cotton picker. It's getting close to dark, so I think we need to head out of town. We'll just sort our inventory a little bit and then head back to base. Very successful day. That airdrop helped a lot. A few more minutes, see what we can get. The zombies, now that it's sunset and the sun's going down, the zombies will start running. It's normally shortly after 6 PM. So we're looking at, oh, that's helpful. We're looking at 1806 or so. Just run through here. Oh, there we go. Running now. I was at about 10 past 6. Sun's effect no longer having any effect on the zombies. So, running fighting. Keep a good distance between yourselves and the zombies. Run back in straight lines so you can line up the hits. Make sure that the way ahead of you is clear. Don't fall down any cave holes or into ravines or get stopped by a cliff. We'll take that coffee so that we can keep running all the way back to base. Okay. Can't stop and loot that nest, unfortunately, but I'll just keep running. Roads are great for combat areas because they're flat and generally smooth, so the fighting becomes predictable. Wherever possible, if you can line up the zombie on the cardinal directions, the north, south, east, or west, that'll help keep them running at you in a straight line. Left, 3 left, 2, 1. Whoa. Alright. Yeah. That was an interesting shot. Can we even loot her? Oh, she's stuck up there. Jump, come on. Oh, can't even get her. Alright, no bother. No beaker, but some more meds, so that's good. So back at base, let's tidy up. Potato seeds, so now we can start growing potatoes. And once you've got a good healthy crop of potatoes and corn, start making some vegetable stew. Although note that with Alpha 12, the vegetable stew recipe will require you to find some mushrooms in the caves. Pickaxe works well for destroying those gore blocks. It's reasonably effective against them, as well as having a good range, so you're not having to get too close to your spikes. Now we want to repair the place a little bit, so now that we've read the home maintenance book, we can make one of the best upgrade tools there is, and that is the claw hammer. Just requires a little bit of forged iron. And rather than taking 4 hits to upgrade something, it's 2. And quick 2. Only superseded by the nail gun, which is a truly awesome device. We're out of beer, so we're just going to make some coffee for that ability to sprint. Okay, day 4, back into town. Let's see what we can find. Ah, ha! That nail gun. Legendary. This is a horde walking by. They haven't noticed me. Oh, okay, a lot of feathers, a lot of bolts. Fantastic. So I'll just keep doing my thing. Take out the ones that have seen me and worry about the rest in a little bit. It's a pity drinking that coffee doesn't help your accuracy. When you're in towns like this, always check behind you every now and then, because as you move through the town, more zombies can spawn, and if you're moving backwards through the town, then they can spawn what is effectively behind you. So just to be aware. go, see? He wasn't there before. I'm sure of it. So the other way of using the crossbow is to crouch and then zoom, and when you do that you'll get the eye reticule, and the dot of the eye is exactly where the crossbow bolt will go. So especially effective at sniping from a distance when they haven't seen you. Some more beer, that's good, thank you very much. And let's see, this is a working stiffs tool shop, so there's a few things that we'd love to find. We'd love to find some higher quality axe and pickaxe. We'd love to find maybe a chainsaw or an auger, some kind of power tool to help up construction works later in the game. Oh, well, there's the chainsaw. Other tools that we find, probably just scrap them for iron. You do get a reasonable amount of the iron back compared to what it takes to construct a tool. Oh, ha! Alright, purple pickaxe. One of the most lethal tools in the game. Combined with a bit of coffee, it's only slightly slower than an auger. So a purple pickaxe will tend to break... Oh, no. Jeez. Okay, we've done well. So purple pickaxe will go through rock and ore in just a few hits, turning them to rubble. And a blue fire axe will chop down trees, I think, in 3 hits normally. So we're now a force to be reckoned with. Alright, so, done well. Purple pickaxe, blue fire axe, a nail gun, a chainsaw. We are tooled out. The only thing we're missing is an auger, but with a purple pickaxe it's not essential. I'm going to get some brass for getting some ammo. Now, if the lanterns on the outside of the prefab are brass, it'll be that the fixtures and fittings on the inside are also brass. So that's the lights, but as well as that the faucets on the sinks. So you can smash those and scrap those for brass as well. Show you that. Scrap brass. Thank you very much. So making ammo, a stack of scrap brass, so 64 scrap brass will give you 512 bullets, bullet casings at least. More brass from here. Thank you very much. Alright, weapon time. have a look at this weapon. Is it better? Oh, it's a lot better. It's just got the hand grip needs to be a bit better. Otherwise, it's awesome. The damage of a pistol or any other gun is based on the quality of the barrel. So let's get the purple hand grip from that gun. Upgrade this one. Just make sure you never attempt to do this without having first read the pistol book. Otherwise you'll be turning your guns into scrap very, very quickly. That's a fairly lethal pistol. Alright, so end of day 4. We are a lot more lethal now. We've got some basic armor, including some iron gloves and helmets. We've got tools. We've got a decent pistol. Only thing missing is a beaker to be able to make antibiotics, but we've got a few antibiotics from the drop, enough to last us a few days to be able to find a beaker. So armed and dangerous. Now we've gained a couple of levels since we made that first set of armor. If we now use up the rest of our hides to make some upgraded armor, our damage resistance will go up significantly. Just enough to make some leg armor. Plenty of feathers for crossbow bolts. Cloth armor you scrap back for cloth, so it's good, but leather, you either burn it or throw it. Alright, an average of 26% damage resistance. Fantastic. Now I need to get just a little more clay to make another mold so we can start making bullets. I've got plenty of oil for weapon repair kits, so the rate limiting factor for my lethality with the pistol is essentially ammo. So provided we've got a little bit of coal and nitrate for making gunpowder, we've got plenty of brass and we've got plenty of lead. Just need to turn them into casings and bullet tips. That purple pickaxe doing a good job of digging through the clay there. So we're going to make a bullet tip mold. Now this is one mold that confuses a lot of people at the start, because where do you get a bullet tip from to be able to make the mold? Once you've read the appropriate books, you can open up a bullet to get out the bullet tip. So we're just going to use one of our little 9mm bullets here. We're going to open it up, take out the bullet tip, and from that make the bullet tip mold. You do that by placing the bullet in the breakdown spot. Let's just grab one. And then choose the thing you want to keep. And we wanted to keep the bullet tip. Place the clay around, make the mold. Hey, presto. That's it. Done. We have become lethal. Just took 4 days.